My fellow ADHDizzles! Right, the topic I want to talk about today is stress, because I think there's a way that we use stress sometimes that doesn't serve us right. I think it could be a good tool for us to use to really impact our journey. So I want to talk about my experience of stress and how I'm going to implement ways to manage it, right? So I'd say that a lot of stress comes from just being overwhelmed, right? So there's an overwhelm of like how much tasks you got to do for a week, or you've overloaded yourself with some commitments, like you said yes to everything, and you forget a lot of stuff because, you know, a lot of things have been told to you and you're like, yeah, sure, I'll do that later, and then you don't do it. So then there's a lot of stress around like, oh, I've forgotten all this stuff, right? So from my experience, there is just a specific type of feeling that I'm getting in certain moments when I think about something, right? And that thought creates some sort of anxiety or stress of some sort, right? It gives me this uncomfortable sensation. But I want that to be a trigger point for me to take an action. And what action I want to do is that I've got now Microsoft. I use Microsoft now for my basically for my content management system now. Like I use Notion as well, but like in terms of like emails and having my calendar and all that stuff, I want it to all be done through Microsoft. I just wanted to play around with it and see if it's for me, and so far it seems like a great tool for me to use. So Microsoft has an app called Planner, right? And it just allows you to you create the plan, right? And then you can create tasks within that plan. And I just really like how it's set up. It's very easy to just plug your stuff in. So I will share with you on another video, or maybe I would extend this video and at the end of this, I'll just walk you through it. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it yet. It'll either be a video tomorrow or it'll just be added to this video. But basically, how I use it is that anytime I get that sensation of feeling stressed about something, I'm obviously feeling like it needs to be done, but I'm stressed that I can't see a way of it getting done, for example, or it's making me not feel, it doesn't make me feel at ease, right? So what I do is I write that thing down. So for example, I have a trip coming up to Berlin, and it's 2 weeks away, and I just want to be like, I just want to be prepared for that trip, man. Like I just really want to be prepared. I want the booking of the hotel, just like the reservation number and all that stuff, like all in one place. I want to be able to check in online with my flight and do all that stuff, make sure everything's just not doing that the day before, right? Which is what I normally probably do, right? The standard way of me dealing with a trip is normally that oh yeah, you know, it's only checking in, that takes 5 minutes. Oh, you know, don't need to know how long it's going to take me to get to the airport. You know, just do it on the day. Like, no, like I want to be able to know very clearly. Oh, I forgot which way I want to go now. Oh yes, this way. Yeah. So I want to know clearly the direction I'm taking with my journey, right? Well, I just want to know. Like, so for example, you said to me, Mike, what time are you leaving to get to the airport? I couldn't tell you that now. I couldn't tell you what time I'm going to leave. So that's the level. It's the level of like if someone is asking me a question about something, I want to be able to specifically answer them very clearly because it's already been set up, scheduled, and I know, right? So for this example, it's just like, yeah, like I'm not even able to tell you what time I'm going to leave because I don't even remember what time the flight is, right? So like these are things I just want to know. Like I just want to be able to have it ready. Like I know what time I need to leave. What transportation am I going to take? Am I going to get my partner to drop me there, or am I going to go by bus? Like there's lots of things that I'm not thinking about that is going to take part on that day. And if I don't do it now, I'm going to be stressed, right? And just thinking about Berlin is making me a bit stressed. So I put it on the list, right? So it gets added to Berlin to the stress list. And in the stress list, obviously now I've got to make a plan for how I'm going to ease the stress. And that's going to be all of the dominoes that I need to knock down to have this just a less stressful thing for me, right? So that's how I want to tackle stress, is literally writing things down that are making me feel stressed in the moment. And once it's in there, I know that I'm going to tackle it but I need to take a moment in my day to sit down and say, what's the one thing I could do right now that's just going to make this a lot more stress-free for me. And then, of course, I write a few of the things down that are common things that I need to bear in mind to start things off. So the first thing I need to do is just check my flight details, right? That'll probably be one of the things on the list. That's one of the dominoes, right? Another domino would be just putting it in my calendar, like making sure it's in my calendar very clearly what time I'm going to actually leave the house. So then one of the steps is going to be like just looking at Google Maps and just seeing how long that route's going to take for the transportation that I've decided to use, right? So like now, do I feel stressed about Berlin at the moment after I've just done that little small thing with you just now? Not really, because now I know that I just need to do that, and it's very micro and very simple to do, but it calms me down now. Whereas if I was just to leave that and all the other things that I need to do to the last minute, it's going to make me super stressed. And I just feel like there's always going to be a one thing that you could do around this thing that you're stressed about. There's always one thing. I just find out what the actual one thing is and then do that, right? But then also have the dominoes that are going to help you to be even more stress-free around that area. So yeah, just wanted to, how many minutes? 6 minutes, man. I'm doing all right, you know? Yeah? Think I'll make these more intentional. More intentional videos. Then I might talk so much shit now for another 10 minutes. But yeah, I think I'm going to let this go, you know? Like, I think that's enough value for you lot. I'm going to try and keep these 10 minutes, man. That was I'm glad I was able to do that in 10 minutes. Blood. 10 minutes! So yeah, let's not get too excited, because yeah, I could end up making this easily 15. So yeah. If you've got any feedback from you guys, just please let me know, man. I do want to improve this channel. I do want to improve what I produce for you guys. If you've got any questions about that stress list, maybe you want me to do a tutorial, let me know, man. Also, if you're interested in jumping on a call with me to do a goal setting exercise with me, just let me know. And there's a link at the bottom here in the description for where you can find my free school community, where I basically post all the things that are working for me, all the systems that I'm using. I'm trying to make it a bit more resourceful, for like lots of resources in there. So now I'm compiling a lot of resources at the moment to be able to put in there. There's book summaries in there that you can get access to. So any books that I summarize, I just put them in there, but I make it very ADHD friendly so that you don't get overwhelmed like, oh, Dad, I've got to read a whole book. No, like you could just go through these quick summaries. These are the key insights that you need to bear in mind. These are the actual steps you take, and then it's there, right? So every book that is in there is going to be all to do with marketing, branding, coaching, content creation, like personal brand, mindset, spirituality, and even sales, like just money, you know, like investing, like all the things that are to do with helping your journey. All these books that I think are very beneficial to your journey as an entrepreneur or coach or online educator, that I'm just making them ADHD friendly book summaries in there. So I really want to double down on that, but there is some books in there already that you can check out in the community, and then there's also accountability calls on Mondays. So yeah, if you're interested, man, like just join the community. You've got like-minded people in there as well that'll be a part of the community as well. And I'm only saying this because I want to get used to saying this in every video, because like this is what people from my community will have access to, of course, but I do intend for this to reach a further audience, right? So if anyone's new to this channel, I do want you to know what's available outside of this channel. And I'm really going to double down on just what I do for my community now. Like my community is number one priority right now. Everything else is a distraction, and I need to have a distraction list as well, which I'll talk to you guys about. The distraction list, I think, is a really good thing to have as well. But anyway, take it easy, guys. Peace.